Would you think that relevance of technical and vocational education and training should be maintained with the need of the labor market? Whether employers' requirements should be considered in design of education and training curriculum? And if so, how? My name is Nader Imani. I am the Executive Vice President of Festo Didactic for Global Education. Festo is a global trendsetter in automation technology and the world market leader in technical education and training. Our goal is to maximize productivity and competitiveness of the manufacturing sector in factory and process automation. Change has been the mantra of digital transformation of manufacturing from a more fragmented supply chain of the 20th century to the mass customization, the load size one, with more horizontal and vertical integration of the industry, where industrial Internet of Things, the IIoT, and digitalizations of objects are exponentially productions of data. Big data providing supporting of digital business models under the fourth industrial revolution. The Industry 4.0 is connecting humans, machines, and processes in real time for the sake of a society-friendly, economy-boosting, and ecology-sustaining production. But what would be the tipping point in diffusion of innovation processes? The executive introductions of the 40 plus Industry 4.0 core elements in the manufacturing sector has been reality for the early adopters of the design of cyber-physical production machines and systems. The use of such systems is common practice of early majority of industrialists in industrial economies and emerging markets. To keep up with the global level of competitions for the wealth of nations and social progress. The competence profile of job roles in Industry 4.0 are indicating employers' need for new occupations such as smart maintenance specialists, automation specialists, integrated machine operators, and manufacturing data scientists or analysts. Taking the smart maintenance specialist, for example, it needs in deep skills and ability, especially in the areas of digitalizations of workflows and processes, maintenance and customer care, as well as the troubleshooting. The topic digitalizations cover the ability to use smart devices, to access data via remote services, to monitor and analyze and resolve faults, collaborate with production specialists to troubleshoot, for example, PLC controllers, and address problems within workflow and processes in the networks of systems. With implementation of practices in preventive and predictive maintenance strategies, the smart maintenance technicians is responsible for the leverage, condition monitoring, and data analysis, hence the overall target to maximize overall equipment effectiveness and mean time between failures. Such an occupation in the industry requires a responsive education program on ISCET level 3 and 4 with up-to-date vocations and technical education facilities like mechatronics, industrial electrical automation, industrial mechanic, and industrial information technology. Faculty curricula are designed for acquisition of competency levels from knowledge to create, fostering from knowing to creating in subject matter experts areas like in mechatronics, in mechanic, electric, and IT, but also and for sure on acquisition of soft skills in terms of environmental and corporative considerations. Each of education faculties could focus on specialties in different technologies such as digital networking or additive manufacturing, using in additional semesters during or in post-graduation as additional qualification on streams. The T-shaped learning content landscape from Festo in Industry 4.0 stands for a broad and general mechanical engineering and automation engineering, providing the basis for acquisition of more specific Industry 4.0 in technologies such as identification and object-related data, smart sensors, and IIoT, as well as next-generation HMI like augmented reality. In infrastructure such as enterprise requirement planning, manufacturing executive systems, data analytics, industrial IT security, and energy management. And last but not least, more generic Industry 4.0 like changing workplace environment or enabling new business model or green production. To facilitate the learning efficiency, the use of learning environment in terms of educational solution will be required. To provide technology education, TechEd, encapsulating Industry 4.0 core elements one by one in a safe and ergonomic education environment like classroom or Fab Lab using education technologies would become key to secure learning efficiency as close and authentic as possible to the reality of manufacturing practices. Festo learning systems in cyber-physical laboratories and factories enable educational institutions to implement modern curricula and empower young professionals to develop competencies which help them to understand complex technologies, master the challenges of Industry 4.0, drive changes, and create innovation. Efficient learning paths are considered in the context of society, economy, ecology, and time to market. The prelude of Industry 4.0 in smart manufacturing requires a dialogue and a feedback mechanism for educators and employers to secure the skills match in between demand and supply. In this regard, we are using instruments such as the international skills competitions of World Skills, where we aim at showcasing skills in Industry 4.0 to fine-tune the required competencies while going through competitions. Our 85 nations competing over 60 skills are best practicing a common understanding of what the labor market skills demand would be and what the answer of the VET system to those ever-evolving skills should be. Since 2016, we have been showcasing Skills Industry 4.0 as a future skills among leading nations, inspiring education systems around the world, triggering a dialogue with employers and various labor market stakeholders. Needs for competencies and skills development from employers associations like VDMA, the German Machinery and Plant Manufacturing Associations, are embodied in skills competitions with skills standards as a source of inspiration in Industry 4.0 for education systems and educators alike across the world. Just to recap, the only constant is change.